Um, okay. This is not what I wanted. Hello and welcome to Kerbal. It's been a few months, but today we are finally doing episode 6 of the Outer Planets Mod Career Mode series. In this video we will work on starting our first voyages to the outer planets by sending a probe to the outer planet known as Sarnus, which is what you see on your screen in front of you. For those of you who do not know, Sarnus is not part of the stock game, but is an addition made possible with the Outer Planets mod. I would like to apologize for not having uploaded a video in almost a month. I've been very busy recently with the semester coming to an end. I'm a music major at the University of North Texas, and at the end of every semester we have a musical playing test, which are known as juries. And basically, I've been practicing very hard to ensure that I am successful on my jury. In less than 2 weeks, I should be able to upload on a regular upload schedule. Anyways, I will start the video off with some footage from a few months ago of me building and sending a probe off to Sarnus. Then I will transition into newer footage of me putting a station into orbit around Minmus. Sorry for the audio quality on the old footage, but I hope you still enjoy. You know, I just love how this game gives you contracts to do things right after you already do them. Look at this, plant flag on Duna? What the heck, man? Okay, so our soonest transfer window is to Sarnus, which is one of the outer planets. So what I'm thinking is we could send a probe there. We have yet to do anything with probes in this series yet. Everything we've done up until this point has been a manned mission. And everything we've done up until this point hasn't involved any of the outer planets. But today we changed that. I mean, I want to make this thing have Delta V for days, because I want to be able to explore like the different moons and stuff. So the Giganators would probably normally be a little overpowered for something like this. Yeah, that just cut my Delta V in half. I don't know, I'm thinking I might have to because it's so far away from the sun. And we don't have RTGs. Well, I don't know, I think we can just put a few of these on there. That looks so ugly. TWR is really bad, but it's probably about on par with ion engines. I'm trying to think what else. What else should I put on here? Spectrometer? How much do these? Yeah, that works. Looks weird, but it works. I'll make this a nuclear engine stage because it takes a lot to get to Sarnus. Right. So what these will allow us to do is they will allow us to be able to extend these past the heat shield. And the reason I put the heat shield is so that we can aerobrake at Sarnus. And it's a pretty big planet. It's like around the same size as Jool, so using heat shields for aerobraking is kind of a must. Alright, we can go to Sarnus now, I think. Okay. So we can head to Sarnus. So I go ahead and burn for that in 32 days, and I'll just go ahead and time warp to that. Wait, why does it say there's no Seriously, I forgot to extend the panels. Really? No action groups, which means I get to do this ugly thing. Okay, I'm supposed to start the burn now. But I can't turn because the RCS sucks. These large interplanetary burns take forever. There we go. We got an encounter. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave the video here with me heading on this orbit to Sarnus, and I will make it there in over 4 years, 4.5 years. So Now it is time to switch gears and show the part of the video where I attempted to bring a single launch station to orbit around Minmus. If you keep watching until later in the video, you'll see how things started to go wrong in ways I just cannot explain. Yeet. The station is being brought up to complete a contract for bringing a manned station into orbit around Minmus in order to earn a few 100,000 funds. It contains the very basic KSP station necessities such as habitation, science modules, and solar panels. Alright, now it is time to go to Minmus. Now you may have noticed that I made sure to launch the station at an angle in order to match Minmus's inclination. Makes it a lot easier to get to Minmus. I can deploy this. Yeah, check it out. Once the station was in Kerbal orbit with the fairing deployed and everything, it was time to head over to Minmus using none other than a standard transfer burn, which you can see me doing right now. So right now I'm just bringing the periapsis of the orbit lower, and what I actually want to do is I want to make this mission kind of a 2-in-1. So what I think I'm going to do is I actually have this contract to rescue Jaspi from orbit of Minmus. And then I'm also supposed to rescue this guy from orbit of Minmus. Getting further away from Kerbal and getting closer to Minmus. What I want to do is make it so the periaps meets at the orbit. So it'd be at the same point as the descending node, and then bring it in just a bit. The burn is 0.3 seconds long. That is a pretty insignificant burn. Oh, there it is, the big giant green planet. Now, by the way, I am still using 1.7.3 in order to do this. I haven't updated the Outer Planets series to 1.8 yet. I'm actually not sure if there is a version for 1.8, but if there is, I would like to get it upgraded soon, because the new Minmus textures would actually look pretty nice. Alright, now we're closing in. 2.4 kilometers. I'm just gonna wait till it gets a little bit closer, and then I can just switch and EVA. Turn my RCS on, maybe my lights too, and then go to there. Bruh. And Jaspi Kerbal is just about rescued. Now we can have her enter the crew module. The Minmus station now has a crew of 4. We have 666 meters per second of delta V left. So now what I think I might try and do is to try and rendezvous with this to get that contract. So now we can adjust the closest approach. That's a really steep incline. And they're going opposite directions, which is great. I think it has to be within like 2 kilometers or something. There we go. So now I can EVA him. Set that as my target. Yeet. There we go. Alright, this is pretty easy now. Almost. There we go. Now we have successfully rescued both crew members. Now we can put this thing in the desired orbit and then showcase it. So now we can ditch this. Well, we can get the station up and running now. With the flat pack station in orbit around Minmus, it was time to unfold the solar panels / radiator arrays using the Breaking Ground DLC robotic parts. Station now has working solar panels. So now we can do our science experiments. When I performed the science experiments, I realized that I wasn't yielding much of a return from them even when using the processing lab. Okay, not a lot of this, but it's better than nothing. Anyways, at least we got the contract complete for the station. So we now have 649. Oh, I need to recover him on Kerbal. Well, I didn't realize that. I suppose I could take this and just put a probe on it. That looks pretty legit, not gonna lie. Once the ship was built, it was time to take it up to the new station to use it to bring back the 2 newly rescued Kerbals in order to actually complete the contract for rescuing them. I think these engines are a little overpowered for this little rocket, but maybe that's just me. So now we can eject the stage and fire up the next one. Set Minmus as target. You get the idea here. Pretty standard, stage after stage, into orbit, followed by a transfer burn. So the name of the game here is to line up the descending node and the periaps to be at the same point, and for the periaps to be at the same altitude as the orbit. Once the periaps was lowered, it was time to capture and then rendezvous with the station. Pretty standard, one might imagine, right? Well, just wait for it. Oh, okay, that's not very good. I don't think that's supposed to have. Wow. What? What? Time warp's not even on. I don't understand. The solar panels just started glitching out. And then the Kraken decided to attack it. What? What is this? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Holy crap. Look at all this debris. Why? Why? What the heck? Okay. That's not supposed to happen. I'm gonna try switching to the station. Okay, so when I loaded in everything until now, then it decides that it wants to act like it is crazy. Holy crap. I'm not gonna lie. I've played this game for like 5 years, but I've never seen anything like quite like that. Now, it is entirely possible that this is because of the version of the game that I am using. Okay, this is actually 1.7.1, which is not the latest patch for 1.7. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try downloading 1.7.3, which will allow me to have the latest patch. Maybe that'll fix this. Alright, so I just installed KSP 1.7.3 and I am about to find out what happens when I go to the station. Looks fine right now. Oh, nope, I take that back. Still doing this crazy stuff. Okay. So I'm not entirely sure why it does that. Oh. Well, this is great. Okay, so I just loaded the quick save after I had to restart the game because it crashed. So what I'm gonna do now is open this and I'm gonna turn on no crash damage and unbreakable joints, and then I want to go to the station I don't understand though why it keeps getting why it's doing this. Okay. This is not what I wanted. Why is it that whenever I try to build a station in this game, the stuff just goes south? It's like, this is just like the last video where the things got messed up. Now this video where these things are getting messed up. I don't get it. I just have really bad luck with stations, I guess. Well, time to go to the internet. Of course I couldn't find anything on the internet about this. So I'm just gonna have to try to keep messing around with it to see if I can get anything to work. Okay, so I think the only option at this point would be for me to turn crash damage and unbreakable joints off again and just allow the solar panels to break off. And then just say, screw it. Because as I can see, there is no solution to this whatsoever. So I will just have to add solar panels and radiators back on using future missions to dock them on using the docking ports. So I am going to go ahead and do that. There they go. Now they're starting to break off. Well, the only problem is the pistons aren't breaking off. This is a bit of a stretch, but maybe I could try to knock these off. Top 10 bad ideas for KSP. Okay, so basically the entire station's fine except the solar panels. So that's gonna be the temporary fix for right now. And eventually I'll just have to add more panels to this. Which is kind of a shame because I wanted to do just a one launch thing that would work using the pistons and stuff. Though I honestly don't know why it wasn't working. So anyways, time to continue with the ship going to the station to get the 2 crew members. I have all the cheats turned off now. So now we're just gonna match orbits with the vessel. Doesn't take much effort. Minmus orbits usually don't. We can switch to the other vessel and take out the 2 crew members that need to get back to Kerbal, which are Jasby and Tanbin. Head over to it. So I'll just get in here. Hit board. Then I can get the other one. What? What? Did I take out the wrong? I took out the wrong one. What? I got the wrong one. I thought I had the right one. I guess not. So close. So close. Not gonna stress out about it though, because that will get me nowhere. Okay. And then beat a board. And then, yeah, I got the J's confused. That's why. So now I can just EVA this one. Come on, get the thing there. There we go. Now, get out of here. And then go back to that ship. Now, I can just get on the thing. And then, like, go home. Now, I should have Tanbin and Jasby, which should be the correct Kerbals. And yes, they are. With the correct Kerbals in the return vessel and all the solar panel shenanigans aside, it was time to plan a maneuver home. We can finally go back to Kerbal, assuming I don't overtime warp. Overtime warp I did, but it doesn't matter because I made it back safely anyways. Now we can say that we have safely made it back onto Kerbal, which means we should be able to get the 2 contracts. Oh, yeah, I see the funds went up. Looks like I got the 2 contracts. Almost $1 million. So now I just have all this other stuff to do. I still have to dock 2 vessels around Minmus and bring a sandstone. I could have put a docking port on that ship, but I didn't think about it because I'm not that smart. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button to let me know if you enjoyed it. And if you didn't enjoy it too much, feel free to leave a dislike and maybe a comment so I know what to do better in the future. Thanks for watching Kerbalcraft. See you in the next video. big giant green planet.